Welcome back to Peace, Love and Tarot. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon or Rising. It's a weekly reading for the week of September 23rd to the 29th. Your cards this week, Aquarius, you have the Dance with Life Oracle card. You have the Five of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Moon, the Hanged Man, the Tower, and the Eight of Cups. So it's definitely an intense reading for you this week, Aquarius. I haven't seen the Tower in a while. A few months back it was coming up in so many readings. But here it makes an appearance for you. Don't be afraid, it's definitely a good thing. Remember, it's a blessing in disguise. I'm just going to kick off though with reading your oracle card here to set the tone for the reading. So dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Life is always moving. If you resist this ever-changing flow, your energy will become stagnant and you'll fall out of flow with the universe. The universe has a mysterious, intelligent force, a natural rhythmic beat which governs all of life. One of the best ways to shift your energy, frequency and vibration is to put on some music or dance along with it. On a less sort of fluffy note with that oracle card, that can mean, Aquarius, just to do something differently, to change something, to shift your frequency so that, other things in life shift for you. But now let's start with your recent past here, Aquarius. Look, I don't normally always call deception when I see the Seven of Swords, but I absolutely am going to in this reading because I feel like it's very, very clear that something underhanded has been going on in the past in your reality. Now, you may not have been aware of this. I'm actually thinking that in the past you weren't for a period of time, and potentially it's being exposed or coming to a head this week for you. So the Seven of Swords, can be a betrayal, a deception, a sabotage. I do feel this is something that's more in your external world, but it can be a self-sabotage as well. With that Moon energy, it is it's something that's been happening sort of in the undercurrents, behind the scenes, behind the curtain. So ask yourself, is there something that you feel or that you've intuited that is not quite right? That someone might be doing a bit of a sly one on you. Someone might be stealing your thunder. Maybe someone is literally taking from you. Maybe someone's undermining you in a work context. If it's a relationship situation, maybe your partner is doing something behind your back. Are they sneaking with some of the finances? Somebody could actually be having an affair. I'm not going to say that it definitely is that, but I'm saying it's in the realm of possibility with the Seven of Swords. The Moon card can say that maybe, deep down, you have a sense of knowing that this has been going on, but maybe you've been pushing it under the carpet and not wanting to see it. But it definitely says that something has been going on behind the shroud. And this week we see that coming to light. The Seven of Swords also links to the Two of Swords here as well. So, it can be something to do with a, heartfelt matter, maybe a, crossroads or some kind of decision as well. So it could be even making you feel deep down that you're unsure about this situation, this person, this event, because you have the sense that things are just not what they seem, or something wasn't quite right with the situation. So that's what I see in your past there, Aquarius. Unfortunately, sometimes things like that do happen in life, and sometimes it's not through something we do, but it's just that we cross with a person or situation like this, often for us to work out karma or to work through a life lesson. Now this week, as your focus energies, we have the Five of Swords and we have the Power. The Tower. The Power. That was a Freudian slip there, Aquarius. I strongly feel like you are the one that's going to be in your sense of power through this Tower moment. Yeah, look, so we have the Tower coming in, and the Tower is when the universe basically steps in to shake things up, to get you back on your path. And that's why it's a blessing in disguise. But it can come in as quite a chaotic event. Not always, but it can do. Sometimes it's just an awakening or a revelation or realization of the truth of a situation. But, really it comes in to pull down a construct, a way of thinking, or to unfold a situation that wasn't serving your highest purpose. And it was built on a shaky foundation anyway. Either way, it absolutely wasn't a fit for you. And we have a round crown on a square tower here. So, this situation that's been happening behind the curtain this week, that curtain is literally pulled back and that situation is exposed, Aquarius. And I feel like you are the tower. You are the power. You are the tower. You are the one that's going to be strong and unshakable throughout this tower moment. It's going to be the others. It's going to be the betrayer that falls from your tower because they are the one being exposed. With the Five of Swords here, look, there could be a little bit of a showdown. There could be an argument. There could be strong words. The important thing is that, Aquarius, I do sense that you are going to be the powerful party in this situation. However, remember to unfold the situation or to approach it with grace. So the Five of Swords can be a card of victory, but it's a win that comes at a cost. So we might know that we've been betrayed by somebody. We might be finding out that someone's done something bad to us or really tried to deceive us in some way. But the worst thing that we could do in that situation is to try and retaliate with the same kind of energy. We don't want to get revenge on them. We basically, we should have forgiveness if we can. We should be the greater party. Because remember, you are fighting this battle with somebody who is a weaker opponent, right? They've already dropped their swords. So really we want to approach it with compassion. You are the stronger party. Remember, you are the tower with the power. So yeah, it can be hard, it can be hurtful, but really be the bigger person is what I'm hearing with that. Right, immediate future. So after that tower moment, yeah, look, Aquarius, you might go through a period where you're not quite sure what to do and that you might feel a little bit stuck because this could, it could impact quite a major part of your life. Maybe some of you may have to move on from a job situation, a romantic partnership, a situation as you know it could come to an end. So it could have you suspended for a period of time. But the Hanged Man, he hangs from the tree of life, waiting for knowledge, waiting for that enlightenment in order to understand which way to move forward. If we flip the Hangman up the other way, his posture is the same as the dancer that we see on the World card. We have the link to the dance of life here as well. And if you know the World card is the last card in the tarot deck, it indicates strong completion with a sense of victory. So I feel like you are going to be really victorious throughout the situation and that it is going to come to a completion. You've learnt the karmic lesson that you were supposed to from your involvement in it. The Hanged Man, they can talk about dying the death of the Hanged Man, which is going through that traditional grief process. So I believe that begins with denial, then bartering, depression, sadness, anger, before we have acceptance. So you might find yourself going through those emotions this week as you process that tower moment. But if you can move into a place of acceptance sooner, then obviously that will be beneficial for you. And you are going to get some enlightenment or awakening from the situation. You're learning a life lesson here is what I'm hearing. And through that process, Aquarius, I feel like you will be moving on from the situation with your head held high. The situation initially, it might have been an 8 of Cups reality, but it wasn't a 9 or 10 of Cups. Cups being the suit of, emotional fulfillment, love, joy, happiness. So I think that fundamentally you knew that there was a significant piece missing or a hole in it. So yeah, I feel that in hindsight, once you have this, awakening through the Hanged Man, you'll realize that moving on is actually a good thing because now you are open to achieving a much greater abundance in terms of your emotional well-being. So Aquarius, I think it's a really good move. Eight of Cups, you already have your back turned, so I think which way you will be heading, which is away from the situation, but you are going to go through a little bit of a process before you actually start taking those steps out on your new path forward. So Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week. It's going to be an intense one for some of you, for those of you that the reading is for, that is. However, I really see you being the victorious party, and this actually releasing you from a situation so you can move on to something that serves you much better and reintegrate with the dance of life again. So Aquarius, feel free to comment on the video if you'd like to share. I'd love to hear how it's playing out in your daily life. Wish you all the best with it. Keep in mind it's a general reading. It won't resonate for all of you. It will for those it's meant for. And I'll see you back here for another reading next week.